Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my bathroom. Tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of a different routine. I'm going to be sharing with you the products, tips, and strategies that I use to take care of my neck and chest skin. Oh yeah, that skin needs love and care too. I do get this question a lot whenever I do a skincare routine, and I do mainly focus in on my face, and there's always questions like, well, what about your neck? You didn't pull that down to your chest. And while that is a strategy that works for a lot of people, just doing whatever you do on your face, just pull it all the way down to your neck and chest, that actually does not work for me. And so I do actually approach neck and skincare differently than I approach the skin on my face. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. I'm going to be going through all of this, and please know that this video is more inspirations and tips and education to help you get maybe started or to kind of up your neck and chest care routine. But this isn't a strictly like play-by-play. You don't have to do exactly what I do, but hopefully me sharing this will help you get started on your neck and chest journey as well. So if you're so ready for all of this neck and chest care tonight, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump in. So quickly, let me address neck and skincare, because I think when we think about this, it starts to feel like skincare is getting a little bit complicated. And I am not here to complicate your skincare routine or give you more products and more skin that you need to take care of. There really are only 3 essential steps that you need to take in order to take care of this skin, and it really is not complicated. Number 1 is cleanse. This is actually something I see people kind of skip out on, especially if they're not showering daily, right? This area, especially if you are pulling your products down here, if you're not cleansing this and then you're putting more product on top of it, that is going to be pill city. It's going to be really gross, right? So you definitely want to make sure that this area is clean before you're applying your products. And then the next time you apply your products, you want to make sure that that's clean again. So when you're washing your face, maybe wash your neck and chest. It gets a little bit messy. You might need to change into a robe, right? Or right after a shower is a great time, but please do not neglect this step. It can actually cause quite a bit of problems. Number 2 is to moisturize. Again, something very simple. If you want to just pull it down after doing your whole skincare routine, that's really foolproof. Moisturizing straight out of the shower or bath is great, but really that's an essential step to keeping this skin supple and elastic, really, right? We want to keep it moisturized so that it's in good shape. And then of course, sunscreen, especially if this area is exposed, you do need to be putting that sunscreen on your neck and chest. So there are 2 essential things that you need to know about the neck and chest that make it different than the skin on your face. Number 1, the skin here is actually thinner than the skin on your face. And that means that it's actually going to be more susceptible to aging a little bit faster and to damage as well from like UV rays, the environment, things like that. The skin is thinner. It is likely going to show fine lines and wrinkles, creping, loss of elasticity, sun damage, all of that a lot sooner. The second reason why it's different is it actually contains less oil glands than your face does, meaning that it produces less sebum, less oil. And so these areas tend to be a little bit more dry. Sometimes they're even a little bit more delicate and sensitive due to that combination of slight dryness and that thinner skin. All of that means that the products that you may be using on your face, if you're just pulling them down on your neck and chest, it is possible that it's not quite the right match for that type of skin. I can tell you personally, the reason why I take care of my neck and chest separately from my face care is because all of those toners, all those essences, serums, oils, creams, all that stuff that my face skin just drinks up and absolutely loves and adores is actually too thick and greasy for my neck and chest. I also do have concerns of congestion and breakouts on my chest, and so I really just use separate types of products. There's some overlap, but I just can't pull all my skincare down my neck and chest. So main takeaways here, understanding that there are differences in the way that the skin behaves on the neck and chest. You do want to take that into consideration, as well as maybe the goals that you have for your neck and chest. For me personally, it's always that well aging, definitely slowing down that process on this area, really taking care to protect that area, stimulate some collagen. But of course, as I mentioned, I do have concerns with congestion on my chest as well as my arms and back. And so that is something that I incorporate into my chest care specifically as well. So let's talk exfoliation. This is actually something that I find incredibly beneficial for especially my chest area. My neck, not as much, but my chest, tops of my shoulders, and my back do need some regular exfoliation to keep the dead skin cells shedding away. That's really what causes the congestion for me on my chest and back, is just the dead skin cells build up if they're not getting exfoliated. There's lots of ways that you can build in exfoliation for these areas. In the shower is really the easiest, right? Using like an exfoliating body wash or something like that. Super duper good and may be all that you need. I personally like to use a exfoliating toner. That watery format's really nice because it does help to add a little bit of hydration into my skin, but it's something that I can easily perform right out of the shower. Now this is a tip for you, even if you're not using like an exfoliating toner, but maybe you're using like a hydrating toner that you really like for your neck and chest, decant it into a spray bottle. This makes the application process so much easier. You get that blast of hydration or exfoliation in a really nice thin and even layer that absorbs into your skin super fast. And I find this so handy coming out of the shower. It makes body care so much easier. This is interesting. This is the Parnell Cica Manu body spray, which I did talk about, I think about a year and a half ago now. It was one of my favorites for the month. And I really, really love this product. It's a combination of LHA and PHA, which are gentler versions of AHA and BHA. So they give you that top of the skin exfoliation and then deep within the pore lining exfoliation, which is excellent. This is such a great bottle. Let me show you this bottle because I don't know if you can see, the spray is actually just a little bit different. The mechanism actually works spraying upside down, which makes it so amazing as an exfoliating. See that? How cool is that? It's great for an exfoliating toner for like your back, especially because you got to spray upside down to get your back, right? So I absolutely love this product. I do recommend it. But what is actually inside of this bottle? I actually filled it up with some exfoliating toner that I had on hand. This bottle was worth just the product, right? So I have refilled it with Paula's Choice BHA, the 2% exfoliating toner. This has been really awesome. And recently I just started using the Zeroid Pimprove toner. This is a combination of LHA as well as glycolic and lactic acid. So we're getting some of that, you know, deep inside the pore exfoliation and then on top with the AHA action. So this is actually my first step after cleansing that I really like for really my chest is what breaks out the most. My neck, not really, but if you do obviously have those concerns, you can put them there. Sometimes you'll get hormonal acne there, and this isn't necessarily going to solve hormonal acne, but it will help. So while that's absorbing into my chest, I am going to share with you my next step, which is retinoid step. Now, this is something that I choose to do because I do have well aging concerns, like I mentioned before. And really, for me, my strategy for well aging is to stimulate collagen production. That is what's going to help prevent the fine lines and wrinkles and also help to improve the look of existing fine lines and wrinkles. Hello, tech neck, right? We all have a little bit of that going on. So collagen not only helps with that, but it also can be very helpful for firming the skin, maintaining elasticity. I do have a slightly larger bust, and that can be a concern with gravity kind of pulling things down. You might start to see some of that skin creping and loss of elasticity in this area a little sooner if you do have a larger bust. So that's definitely something that you want to kind of keep in your mind if you care about, you know, chest care and all of that. You want to be stimulating collagen to keep that skin firm for as long as possible. Really help to prevent that creping on the chest. So here's another good example of how the face, neck, and chest skin diverge and can behave differently. I do use prescription tretinoin for the exact same reasons. Collagen stimulation, well aging, right? But if I pull that prescription down my neck and chest. I have tried it. It's not great. This area just doesn't take to that too well. It can really peel. It can get very red. I know a lot of people who cannot pull retinoids at all, tretinoin or over the counter, down their neck and chest. So do take this into consideration. I personally can use the over the counter stuff pretty easily on my neck and chest. So this is the Revive Eye Serum Ginseng plus Retinaldehyde from Beauty of Joseon. So this actually works so great because yes, it is called an eye serum, but you can see it's quite a large container for an eye serum. It's actually 30 milliliter, which is the average size of a face serum. And it is something that has been designed for that delicate, thin skin around the eye area. Delicate, thin. Where did we hear this before? Yes, delicate and thin neck and chest. So while this has definitely been created for the eye area to be received in that area with minimal irritation, this is big enough and actually encouraged to be used in other larger areas. And so I actually really love this product for my neck and chest. Surprisingly, another way that my skin is very different on my neck and chest. So it's kind of like this gel cream texture. You see, there's a lightness to it. It's not super like moisturizing and creamy. What's really interesting about this method that I'm using that you're probably like, hey, why are you combining retinoids and exfoliation? For some reason, it works super well for me. As I mentioned, I don't really put the exfoliating toner on my neck. I really put it on my chest. But for whatever reason, my chest can accept those two things in one routine. This may be different for you. Please remember what I said at the top of the video. This is not your, step-by-step guidebook for what you should be doing. This is just some ideas to get you thinking about taking care of this skin in a different way. And so you may find that retinoids are not for you at all. Some alternative ingredients you can think about would be like vitamin C. I sometimes switch to vitamin C in the summertime because there's a little less sun sensitivity with that ingredient. Where retinoids can cause a lot of sensitivity. And if you do have sun damage on your chest, that might actually be the better choice because it can really address that concern a little bit better. You could also be putting peptides on your neck and chest too. Niacinamide 5% and above is really great for stimulating collagen. So there's a lot of different ways that you could do it. You can seriously just use like a serum that you use for your face. Maybe you're already using these products. This would be the good time to pull it down, but start thinking about if you care for well aging, preventing or treating what's happening here. Think about collagen stimulating ingredients, pull that down into your neck and chest area, or find separate products that are maybe just a little bit gentler, but still giving you those really good, efficient, hard-working ingredients for your skin. And that's really all I do as far as like targeted treatments. My next step would be to moisturize this area and seal it in. As I've mentioned, I cannot handle too many layers on my neck and chest. It just does not feel good. It builds up, and for the chest area, it can cause congestion. But I do want to talk a little bit more about eye creams. As I mentioned, I did use a retinaldehyde based eye cream from Beauty of Joseon, but you don't have to use an eye cream with retinol or even vitamin C. You could just use a straight up eye cream for this area. And this has actually been like a beauty tip of Korean actresses for a very long time. This is where the trend in K-beauty for a face eye cream has come from. It started from these actresses sharing that they actually use eye creams all over their face, neck, and chest. Now, why do they do this besides just being fancy, right? It's because that whole skin difference, right? That thin, delicate eye area, that thin, delicate skin on your neck and chest. And so eye creams can actually be a really nice way to deliver in maybe some more of that preventative well-aging ingredients into your neck and chest without shelling out for really expensive dedicated neck creams. None of the products I'm talking about are dedicated neck products. You do not need that, and I often find that they're marked up super high. I think because they are being targeted to a kind of like a niche area, right? And they know that they can get a lot of money from you. You don't need to do that. If you're targeting elasticity, you want moisture, but that's lightweight, that absorbs into that neck skin. If your regular moisturizer feels thick or pills on your neck, try putting your eye cream there. So some of the more affordable ones that I like that really target some gentle, well-aging types of ingredients. I do like the Pyunkang Black Tea Time Reverse Eye Cream. There's a couple of different peptides in here, acetohexapeptide 8, which can be a good one to target peptide-wise for firming the skin. Copper tripeptide 1, there's fermented tea in here. Lots of Korean extracts as well for like antioxidant care. This is a slightly smaller one than Beauty of Joseon. It's 25 milliliter, but it'll still last you quite a while. You don't need much. It's a traditional cream texture, but it is not super buttery. It's very light, quickly absorbed. This is an eye cream, right? So it's not gonna be super duper thick, and it just absorbs in so beautifully, the right amount of moisture to protect that skin without overwhelming it. Now there's another product that I recently started playing around with that I really like that falls into that face and eye cream category. So this is from Ginseng. It is the hybrid face and eye cream. Let me show you the texture. It is really similar to Pyunkang. It's not really buttery. There's some hyaluronic acid in here that creates like a hydrating kind of a feel to it. There's 7 different peptides that focus in on collagen stimulation, firming, I believe a little bit of brightening as well. There's glutathione, which you know is a really great antioxidant to protect the skin. It's quite silky, but it's not heavy. There's a nice amount of moisture, but it just doesn't create that thick kind of layer on your skin. And I mentioned many times already, I can get a lot of pilling in this area if I go too thick. So this actually feels really great, and it's super economical. It's about 80 milliliter for this. So if you're like kind of like, yeah, there's affordable eye creams, but it's still a little bit too expensive, something like this actually gives you a really nice good size, but still gives you that eye cream vibe, right? You can absolutely use this as an eye cream. You can use it as a face cream if you want to as well, but I think it actually makes a really fantastic, lightweight, but still very potent and effective cream for your neck and chest at a really like reasonable price. And so those are the steps that feel really good for my chest. I cleansed before I got on camera, right? I used an exfoliating toner for my chest only for that specific concern. I went in for the retinoid eye cream, and then I also topped it off with a really light moisturizer. In this case, I was using the Moisturizing eye creams. So this is a nighttime routine. If this was morning, I would be pulling my sunscreen from, you know, my face, right? I would also be applying to my neck and if my chest is exposed. Now, I will say sometimes I do use a separate sunscreen for my neck if I'm using something tinted, or if it has, sometimes, you know, sunscreens have like a little yellowishness to it. Sometimes that can stain your clothes, so I might switch out to something I know doesn't have like a tint or a stain to it. Now, quickly, let me talk about moisturizers that you might want to use if you're not like into the whole like face eye cream type of deal. Really, moisturizer-wise, if I'm keeping the other things I put on really light, like what I did, what I'm using on my face usually works for my neck and chest too. I'm just saying I can't put a lot of thick layers in this area. So, you know, I love Cerave moisturizing cream. This actually makes a great head to toe cream for every area of your body, in my personal opinion. I think it's really great and something really easy to put on, like I said, right after a shower. I do also like Cetaphil moisturizing cream. I find this to have a little bit of a lighter feel than Cerave. It's still very protective. It's occlusive. I think it's still good if you do have some dryness on your face or your body, but it's just not quite as creamy. It just settles into the skin in a slightly lighter layer than Cerave moisturizing cream does. And again, another head to toe option that I really, really like. And of course, I do love the Illiyoon Ceramide 8.0 Concentrate Cream. I personally don't use this as a head to toe cream. It doesn't really make sense economically for me based on the size and based on the other ones that I just told you about. They come in much larger sizes, but you absolutely can use this head to toe. It is actually actually a face and body cream, and something that works really well, especially if you have very dry skin, if you have barrier concerns. This one is very nourishing, it's moisturizing, it's very strengthening and healing for the skin. You know, at the end of the day, this does not need to be complicated. I did share with you a lot of products and tips and ideas and strategies of how to take care of the skin, but I hope the biggest takeaway is that it may perform a little bit differently than your face skin, but it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very simple and easy to perform some neck care and chest care in your everyday routine. And that's the thing, it shouldn't be complicated, because we know that the way to get success with your skincare products, with your routine, to achieve your skincare goals is consistency. Overcomplicating things means that we can't be consistent because it's just too overwhelming, right? So hopefully this video gave you some clarity on, you know, kind of maybe taking it up a notch with your neck and chest care, but didn't overcomplicate things for you. I would love it if you would share some of your favorite tips for taking care of this area, because this really just scratched the surface, right? There's a lot more that we can be doing, but these are the basics that I think will actually pay you back over time so much. You got to master the basics, right? But whatever your skincare tips for your neck and chest are, let us know in the comments below. If this video was helpful for you, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I'm very active here on YouTube with skincare content every single week. I really hope you are healthy, happy, and safe. I'm so glad you were with me here tonight, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.